Welcome back to our channel, guys. It's
2020.
I
don't know why you say it is what?
I don't know. Okay, we'll do this one more time. Second take, and hopefully it goes well. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. It's nice to see you guys one more time. Wait, no, I don't one more time. Again.
Exactly,
and yes, you keep coming back, right? Anyway, so today's video, as you've seen the title already, we're just gonna be telling you how it's been, like, you know, with us, like, would I say the changes we've gone through for the past 10 years of our lives. So I'm not sure how we're gonna do this. I'm going to take turns.
Sure, you could start and then like I could obviously just jump in, not cut you off, but like
okay,
if I think of something I can say it.
Alright, I guess. So yeah, we're just gonna be going back and forth, and we hope you enjoyed the video. Please, I'm still Samira and this is
Tobi.
So yeah, enjoy. So as at 10 years ago, I was so age. What now? Is it your age?
I wish I did know.
Do you
know the age?
If you know the age, you know the age. If you don't know the age, that's for me to know and for you to never find out. But anyways, so yeah, 10 years ago, I was in Nigeria, and as at this time of my life, I was still in secondary school, as you guys call it here, high school. And for me, I think I was in GS3, which I believe is grade 10 here.
10?
Yeah, because GS3, SS1, SS3, grade 11, 12. Oh, it's grade 8 here.
Yeah.
It's grade 8 here. Wow. I'm still in elementary school. What the heck here?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I was in second GS3, and I would say in the school aspect of my life, I was very playful. I'm still very playful, but yeah, like, so definitely very playful. And I hung around guys much more than I hung around girls. I think I still do that, exactly. But like, this was at a period where it was much more, because I transitioned from an all-girls school to a mixed school. So literally my GS3 started off in a new school. And actually I had just moved to Abuja from Lagos. So yes, I did change school. Now I was in a mixed school. I roamed around mostly with like the northern girls, the Hausa girls. So I had like, and then there was one girl who was in Hausa, but like, I had a clique. Oh my god, the funny thing, actually now that I remember, we created this so like there's 5 girls, I believe. Yeah, we created
the 5 girls.
Yeah, so in this GS3 we created a clique, right? There's 5 of us, and we were called divas. Now then we decided to have names based on the acronyms as divas. So I think D was Daisy, I was
Indigo.
No, I can't remember. V was Vera, because I was me.
And
A,
but there was,
I think A was,
you said there was 5. Well, there's only 4.
DIVAS. We're 5.
Oh, you said divas. I didn't say diva.
No, divas. A was, I believe, Anastasia. S was
Samantha?
Maybe Stella? No, it wasn't Samantha. I can't really remember the names.
What did you guys think of this?
And it was just so weird. We had this book, like a Divas record book. They would write stuff and everything. It was still.
You guys too close now. You guys in the.
We actually are. We're not as close, obviously, based on like, you know, moving and all that, and like different. Everybody has gone through like different paths in life, but we definitely do still communicate. I don't even know if they remember this. It would be weird if I'm the only one that remembers. Meaning I was the only true one in the club. But anyways, like, this is not just focused on that. So like, I was friends with these people up until I graduated. Obviously, I graduated like what, 3 years later. SS3, you know, did the whole secondary school shenanigans. My life in school, I don't really think anything in school about me ever changed. Like,
in terms of personality, you mean?
In terms of personality, yes. Nothing ever really changed about me. I was playful till the end. Like, my teachers complained day and night. Oh my god, the one thing in secondary school that happened to me that I wouldn't lie, as at then I used to form hard guy, like, it wasn't bothering me. But honestly, in my bed I cried. It was the fact that the school knew my parents. My parents were either coming to report me for something or tell Sandra to beat her for doing this, punish her for this. Like, honestly, my parents did that. Like, the principal knew my mom on a personal basis.
Oh, wow.
And my dad wasn't known on a personal basis, but then, like, you know, he's in the military, so, like, he came to school once in his uniform. And my guy, he did not come on good terms. He came as bad. This girl did something. So, like, yes, for me, it was very drastic. And people used to look at it as, oh, your parents are, like, you know. I just looked at it like, it wasn't embarrassing. It was just more or less, like, at least come for a good thing, you know. They were always coming, like, because I did something or whatever. That was their own way of training me, which I didn't mind or whatever. And then, let's see what happened after that. After that, obviously, uni. Those of you that don't know, I went to Covenant University first. Where I studied beauty tech. So, basically, I was there. So, I was living in campus. Obviously, you have to live in campus in Covenant, so you kind of you're not allowed to go out like at your own beck and call and all that. So yeah, so let me see what really I stayed there up until my 3rd year. Then I had to move to Canada. That was when, so I never actually finished. A lot of people assume I finished, which in the sense they feel like I've just been going to school for a very long time. Like, no, I don't want to stop. No, it's not that. No, that's not it. But yeah, so like I did that. So I wouldn't say based on personal reasons we moved to Canada. It was just for, you know, better life, better education, like, you know, as a presumption or whatever. And then we moved here and I went back into school again, and which I went to college at first. I did a diploma, an advanced diploma, and then I moved into like a university where I'm right now. So it's been a journey, and personally, only thing I think has changed about me is like I've grown in different aspects of my life. In my spiritual life, I have grown. I will tell you that my spiritual life now, if somebody had told me like 5 years back, like, this is where you'll be in spiritual life, I would look at them like, I don't think you know me. It would have probably never happened. So yeah, personality wise, I'm still very friendly. Although now I think there's just boundaries. I've learned boundaries like over the years. Yeah, learned to do that because like obviously, like during this 10-year period, I've had people break my heart, like both as friends and even closer friends, if you know what I'm saying. But yes, I've had like, you know, I've gotten disappointed a lot, like, because like I'm the kind of person that I really love to give. I never expect anything back, but if you do something I feel consider you disappointed, especially as a friend, and I don't expect it from you, it hurts me real bad. So that's the kind of hurt I'm talking about. I have been through this like a lot. So like yeah, so over the years I've tried to, would I say, not put in so much or not giving my all at in a short period of time. So now like for me to like have that same friendship, like in the same gravity or whatever, now it takes me longer, right? Rather than before it could just take me 1 month and I'm hooked on you. Although there's only one person in my life right now that I was hooked on her the very first day I met her, and she actually joined us in like secondary school in just one. Her name is Andrea. Shout out to you. You know you're my number one, you know. So yeah. Let me see. Actually, now I think about it, I can't remember what year. I can't remember what year I was in. Yeah, I can't remember what year. But I do believe.
Was it not the secondary school?
It was. That's something we met in SS1, because that's when she came to the school. So she came join us. So I do believe, if I'm not wrong, it's been 10 years since we've been friends.
Maybe 9.
Maybe 9. It's either 9 or 10. Exactly. It's either 9 or 10.
Damn, that's long.
Exactly. It really is. Wait. Actually, I remember. It's 11 years.
Wow.
Because I graduated high school in 2012. 3 years before that is 2009. Yeah. So 2009 to now, it's been 11 years of our friendship. Yes. Yeah. So like that was the one friendship that we've had obviously ups and downs and all that, but that one, the solid rock, the foundation was really good. Well, the foundation was honestly our names. Her name is Andrea, my name is Sandra.
That's honestly. Wow.
She just said my name is Sandra. I'm like, oh my god, I'm Sandra. She like, I was like, I complete you with an S. Because I felt like her name was not complete.
I'm not surprised.
I had to ask her like, did your parents name you that? Because it's weird because her younger sister's name is Nita. And I'm like, where's the A?
Okay.
What's going on? So like yeah, so for me I think that school wise, and friendship wise, that's how it's been 10 years. Kick it.
Oh, that was a lot.
It really was.
Yeah.
And like thinking about it, oops.
Anyway, so I'm kind of gonna go how like through the same time on which you went. I guess 10 years ago, my math is all jumbled up right now. I know that I was back in high school in Nigeria, and I know the name of the high school. I just remember what grade I was. So I was in regional patches, all girls secondary.
You all know she's old in soul, so she never like remembers anything.
I never remember anything, man. But I don't know the grade I was in, but this was an all girls boarding school. So compared to like, well, different from you, I've always been around mostly girls all my life. Honestly speaking, which is I've been around girls mostly all my life, but I feel like growing up, like
grown out of it.
I don't want to say I've grown out of it, but I feel like when at least 10 years ago, most of my stronger friendships were with guys. Right? At least because I was out whenever I was out of school, most of the people that I was mostly in contact with was usually guys. So like my family friends that were mostly guys and stuff like that. So that's that. But I have been surrounded like large population. It's just been girls all my life. And then I was going to school. I don't remember. There was nothing really there. I was a troublemaker. I wouldn't say troublemaker per se. I'm still the same right now, but I feel like now I'm more, age wisens you, right? You know the kinds of battles to pick and stuff like that. So, but before I was very, like 10 years ago, I was very outspoken. Like if I didn't like something, say that. Like, it was like every battle was my battle to fight. That's how it was, right? I was always, if you hear any small thing, Tobi's always in the midst of it, right? That's how it was for me. So, but like now, like compared to that, like then now I'm more like I kind of pick and choose what deserves my attention and what doesn't deserve my attention, because life is too short. And then so what else? I got in trouble a couple of times. I don't want to go into too much details because I'm pretty sure my mother and father are going to watch this video. And some of the things that I went into, I got into trouble, but they don't know to today. So let the story stay hidden. Whatever happened in regional patches is whatever happened in regional patches.
If you did go to regional patches, shout out. Oh, by the way, the name of my school was Kingsville College. I don't know how many people know that, but
people will know. People that went there will know.
True.
Exactly. So and then the people that I was close with, I don't want to say close, like I've never really been close to people. I've always been more someone that had acquaintances. Like I know everyone knows me, but nobody really knows me, right? That's how I've always been. So people that I was close, I guess, like I associated myself with. Now I don't, like I know of them and where they are, like based on, thank God for social media, but like I don't talk to them
as much,
not even as much. Like maybe like I remember like this one time I struck a conversation with this one girl, and like it was so awkward because I was just saying hi because I know she posted something and I was like, oh my god, I'm so proud of you, basically, right? And it was just a very awkward conversation because
you guys have never
really spoken since I left. Like I pretty much like when I went. Okay, so I left the school. I went to the States. I went to the US, and I was schooling there. And it was, honestly speaking, due to personal reasons. It was a very private and sudden decision. So it was not something that people had expected. I remember my Facebook account. I was still getting messages like because I left. I came for a break in the US. So it was like they call that thing safe. It was vacation, basically. It was a holiday, right? And then I came for a break, and then that decision, whatever things that happened, I can't disclose, I had to stay pretty much. And so it was, no one knew. Like I didn't tell anyone. So people were still like, oh guy, like when you're coming, like do this, do that, like make sure you pack your this, like stuff like that. So I did exactly, it was boarding school. So a lot of people did not know. I remember like people were still sending me text messages like, oh, when will we see you? Stuff like that. So that's that. So I really didn't get in contact with anyone. My life in the US was pretty much it was a learning experience. I'm very grateful for those years that I spent in the US because I feel like it really molded me to be who I am like right now. I learned different things. Like you guys should know that right now. Like I said, I'm the only child. So a lot of the things that I was going through, even with my attitude in school, was mostly from a perspective of like being an only child. Like, I didn't really used to see the gravity of things in terms of how they affect people, how much my words really mean to people, because I wasn't really living with all. Like, of course, I'm living in school with them, but like after like 3-4 months, you're leaving.
You're done.
You know what I mean? You're going back to your house, right? So, but like having to like live with people who are not really like my family and different personalities and stuff. So it really like and during this time, I call this the hardest times of my life because I went through a lot of stuff in those times. Like I was tested, broken, shit. In fact, things happened. But you know, I'm standing. So I went to Westerville Central High School. So due to ignorance, that's pretty much what it was. I ended up having to start high school over again. So I went to high school in Columbus, Ohio, Westerville Central High School. If anybody is from the anybody that went there is seeing this video, hi guys. You probably don't remember me. It's okay. I graduated, went to university. I went to university in a different state. I needed to be away from people that have been chasing me. Basically, I was running away from that town, man. That place it wasn't for me. It really wasn't for me. Too many things happened there. So I went to school there. Like I said, it was a new state. So another learning experience. It really opened my eyes. And I think that's one thing that like I'm grateful for in terms of how I am right now. Like I said, those things that I went through in that period of time, it really also prepared me for university because I met different kinds of people who in fact there's different kinds of people in this world, fam. Like I don't know, like there's just different kinds of people and personalities and
well, of course, like you can
to be no one is the same, right? But it really boggles my mind how like simple things that you think about is not how people see things, right? Like for me, I'm like, oh wow, that's like the most basic thing in the world, and
for somebody else it's like, so complicated.
I'm like, okay, you know what?
It's like, wow,
thank God for life,
right?
So, over the 10 years, how would my personality change? Let me think of it. I guess now I'm more.
She's more calm.
I'm more calm. Yeah, I'm more calm. I was talking to my friend yesterday, and she was just like, yeah, I've not changed. I'm just like, fam. I guess you really don't know me. I've changed, well, like even as at 2 years ago, the things that I used to do then, the things that like matter to me then, are not the things that matter to me right now. And then in terms of spiritual journey, I'm still on the journey of growth. You guys know my mother is a pastor, so like I'm learning new things every day, building new habits every day. But I want to say that the growth in terms of spiritual growth has not been as drastic as like yours probably has been. Like it's just been steady, right? I've had times in my life where because of things that I have been through where it's just like I just want to denounce God and just be like whatever, but of course not, you cannot do that. so like my growth has been more of what's this thing they call
wavy?
Yeah, it has been more of a wave.
Ups and downs.
There's no ups and downs, but like I feel like it's very easy to serve God when you're comfortable.
Of course.
So that's the one thing I have.
When you're uncomfortable and going through all the challenges in life, you're
just
like,
want to, oh my God.
So really good.
As at this point in my life right now, in terms of spiritual growth compared to 10 years ago, I think I have gotten to a balance where I'm like, you know what, regardless of what I'm going through, let's just keep a straight line. So before it used to be more of a wave, but now it's just like, well, let's just go straight, right? So that's the difference in terms of my spiritual, like personality changes. I'm still the same. I'm just more wiser. Choose and pick my battle.
Of course.
And I'm growing old. I don't have energy anymore. So
can you imagine?
No, but seriously, I really do feel like I'm good. Ask Hannah, we're saying it's like by 9 o'clock, 9:30, like it's like my brain is already just shutting
She helps the sun
like a computer. It's like a computer when it's going to sleep, man. Like I just like I just died down. I tried to, was it Saturday? Was this last Saturday night or Friday night overnight? I tried to stay awake. I was on my phone and like my eyes were drooping. I'm just like, I must beat this time. I don't want to test myself. I'm just like, nah. I woke up next day and I'm just like, something doesn't feel right. So I don't know, my body's aging faster than anything else, but we keep going to go.
Oh gosh, it's funny. Oh yeah, while she was talking, there's one thing that's happened to me like for the past 10 years is this. So how I wear my wristwatch. What do you mean by the hair? Can
I was
imagine?
wondering what you were talking about.
So I wear my wristwatch this way, yeah, backwards. Like
Why?
I have a lot of people that ask me that, but I don't know. I don't know. To be honest, I can't tell you when I started.
I think honestly,
definitely
I think it's easier too. I used to. This is how I wear my wristwatch too. Well, I don't wear wristwatches right now, but like this is how I wear my wristwatch too because like it's just something that.
Yeah, like I feel like having to turn around is
like, just weird.
And especially here, it's like during the winter. Well, I didn't start here. I definitely was doing this when I was in Covenant. I definitely remember that because I used to have like a lot of people ask me why should you watch like that. So if I had this friend, I had this guy friend. He used to every time he sees me,
he just turns it around.
Carries my hand, turns it around. And before we even done with the conversation, I've slid it. I'm like, it feels more comfortable. And then here, what I noticed was that during the winter here, like we wear a lot of layers, a lot of jackets.
So it's hard to see.
So you can't even like properly have your body in like properly set inside the clothes. So having to now turn your hand to look at the time, like honestly, I rather just raise my hand and do this, right? Like it's so much work. So anyways, skip that. Now
I want to ask you a question. I thought of a question. I don't know why. I'm not interviewing you. I want to ask you a question in terms of like this thing. So like you were saying that not much has changed, right? In terms of personality and stuff. Mm-hmm. What would you say is the like that everyone can come to general consensus about, right? About that, like me? 10 years ago versus you right now.
It's the same?
Yeah, like it's different. Like one major difference.
How I relate with people.
In terms of like how, I don't know, that's a different thing.
That is
how did you relate to them back then versus now?
So yeah, back then it was more like you could honestly kick off a conversation with me regardless of what the conversation might be. I honestly would just find a way to keep it going, right? Exactly, flow with it. But now, which is why I believe a lot of people feel like I have attitude or I'm a snob. Like if you just come up to me and then I feel like you're just saying something because
it's not reasonable.
Like it's not reasonable to me, one. And I know that you're only picking up a conversation maybe to get my attention, and to be honest, I don't want to give you my attention. Like I'm not rude. Like I try my best to be very polite about it. Like if you're talking and I feel like okay, I'm not trying to be rude, I smile, I say thank you, or I just smile, nod my head, and I tell you, oh, I have to leave, and I walk away quietly. Nobody has to fight. I just don't want to talk. So yeah, and oh yes. I think another major thing is that before I used to like being a lot around people, like all the time. My own 24 hours a day, I rather spend it in the midst of people. But now, like, okay, there are times I'm like, I just want to be in my room or my bed, shut the windows of my phone, just, if possible, just have music in my ears playing and just swim away to the heavenly realm. Like, it's just the best place to be. So, like, yeah, definitely that.
As you were answering that, right, something hit my mind. So, like, as that, now this is compared to 10 years ago, I was in school and all that. Through my life, I picked up one habit. Now, this has changed just because, for convenient purposes, I don't think they need to know this, but usually we do a lot of our filming on Sundays, right? Mm-hmm. So, but I've had one habit that I picked up during the years. Mondays and Fridays is always busy, and this is even if I'm not doing anything, it just because it's a weekday, it seems busy, right? So every Sunday, I'm usually like that's my time for like. I don't want to call it meditation because I'm technically not really meditating, but it's my time away from the world. Really? Like usually every Sunday I'm by myself. I usually turn off my phone or put it on airplane mode, and I'm just in my room. Like even my parents know that like when I get up after church, take off my makeup, I get up upstairs in my room. I usually don't come down until nighttime, get something to eat and go back upstairs. Right? I've just made that like a habit because I don't know it's like a time for me to just process.
Like start the new week fresh.
Yeah, like you just get to to
re-energize yourself.
Exactly, like I don't even know. But like of course now I said this habit has changed a little bit because for convenience purposes, I'm usually busy on Sundays now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, we won't really say busy to be honest. Like we do record on Sundays. And like just the time that works for us.
Yeah, and because any other time too.
And any other time that works and everything. But like yeah, Sunday is definitely on the list. But even at that, even after the video, I don't do anything. We don't do anything.
We just like because it's very important, guys. Like this wasn't the purpose of the video, but it's very important to take your time off away from the world.
Yeah, like, honestly,
you need your own space.
Because like I used to watch this documentary for like the brain. Like honestly. even when you're sleeping, it's active.
Yeah.
You have to consciously shut down your brain. So, and the only way you can do that is just being like outside. And okay, anyway, so this kind of leads us towards like 10 years ago now, growing up. Like, we've kind of talked about the outside life personality wise, and now we're coming back into the home. So, as you know, we're both Africans, right? So, like, I believe that how our parents have brought us up has definitely affected like how we've been or how we've grown or whatever. Like, there's some things that are still same, right? Obviously, the Bible says, you know, train up a child of how you should be.
In the way you want them.
In the way you want them. They will never depart from it. So, obviously, there's some things that are still the same way. Like, for instance, I would say, like, as she was talking about, like, the Sundays you rest. In my house, Monday to Friday, you know, go to work, go to school, everybody, like, you know, it's up and down. Saturday mornings, you do your chores. You do your chores until what time you're done with your chores. So there's no certain time for end. Now once you're done with your chores, for me on Saturdays it was like, okay, then I get to do maybe any assignments, homework from school, whatever. And then when you're done with that, and then maybe, okay, it's Saturday night, maybe watch TV. Most likely cartoons for me then. So still cartoons now, I wouldn't lie. So but yeah, that was it for me. And then Sundays the normal. If I had to pick up my Sunday outfit the night before, and you know, obviously when I was way younger, like, you know, my mom had to supervise what I was wearing, so I had to show her the night before what I was wearing, you know, make sure that all that is intact. Sunday morning, your whatever service you're going for, it could be first, second, or third. In this part of the world, some of them only have one services, whatever. Get ready for church, get yourself going, go to church. Now when you come back, now this Sunday part has only changed based on now we've moved to a different country. Back in Nigeria, it was we come back home, we all have lunch, and honestly, everybody goes to bed. Like, it doesn't, we didn't plan it, but it's just that, okay, by the time you lay down your bed,
you just
after eating a full meal, you're gone. And nobody wakes up till nighttime. At nighttime, because you ate like a proper heavy meal in the like afternoon time, you won't really, like, my house, we're hardly ever that hungry. We'll probably snack on something. My dad had the habit of going out to like buy suya or fish. That's most likely what we'll have at that night. And then for me, Sunday evenings, like once it's getting to like 6 o'clock, this is when I'm ironing my uniforms, because obviously I did laundry the day before. So I washed them, they're dried now, I'm ironing, and I iron for the entire week. I'm not ironing for just Monday. That was how I was brought up. And like even now, so now obviously I don't wear uniform here. It's just more or less like once I just come back from church, I basically just do what I have to do. But because I'm used to getting ready for the week, in other words, right, I still do the same thing. So if I have work, I have school, honestly, like, yeah, like Tobi just like, I pick out my outfit Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because I just feel like if you logically think about it, by the time you wake up, if as a woman, I believe there are some ladies that take time to pick out what they want to wear, and then but here it depends on weather, like whether morning, afternoon, and night, because most times I'm out of the house till nighttime, so you have to what you're wearing has to cover for however the weather will be through the day, and where I would be, what I would be doing. If I'm going to be on my feet more, am I going to wear sneakers? If I'm not going to be on my feet as much, what am I wearing? What kind of bag am I carrying? Am I carrying a little load? Am I not carrying a little load? Stuff like that. So I honestly do plan out my stuff, get my stuff ready, my bag, my clothing, even my playlist. Sometimes because I change the playlist based on how I'm feeling, you know. So but yeah, I think so, yeah. And then like what else? So that hasn't really changed much, yeah, because like I've been in the same process, like so it's just like now obviously I'm growing, so like now, you know, your parents start to leave things in your hand, you're adulting, right? So like there's some things you should already know, they shouldn't be having to tell you.
So like Samira said, you
yeah,
know,
I like how she has to think about my name.
No, I'm so used to calling her Sandra. It's her name too, but we're always having disagreements. Anyway, Sha, so preference. Like Samira said, she just does like pretty much like the same kinds of routine. Like for me, like I said earlier, I moved to the States, so I wasn't living with my parents. I was living in a family friend's house. I lived with them for 4 years, I believe. So that routine changed because when I was younger back in Nigeria, I had chores. I used to do, you know, my chores, basic sweep, clean, but like it wasn't like heavy as I do now. And then I was in regional patches. I was in a boarding school, so I had to do like my own. I was had it at home, so my chores I was pretty much doing then was what I was doing based on myself, right? And so washing clothes, doing all that. So I didn't really have a routine as per like tradition on how you do your plan out your day, going up and all that. But when I moved to the US with this family that I was living with, I kind of noticed that this family had how many kids? There was 4 of them, 4 of the children. So including me, I became 5. So we kind of had to split the chores, right? So it was just one day like was pretty much very. I think like in almost African homes, like that start of the day is always dedicated. Like
most African homes, yeah.
But like now, mom was very much of a clean person, which is how I am too now. She kind of influenced that with me. So like having to sweep every day. We used to, after school we'll come back, like regardless of how late we came out from school, we'll sweep the house.
You guys also swept after. We used to sweep before.
Oh no, we did not have to sweep before because when you wake up in the morning we had prayers.
Okay.
So after our prayers, you had to go because you had to take school bus. School bus come at a particular time.
That's my point. You were still sweeping.
There's 5 of us, fam. We have 1 toilet.
Oh, okay.
You have to, you know what I mean? So like you don't have to
wait,
sharp. Exactly. So sharp. So there was no time to sweep in the morning, and that's the thing why you sweep in the night. So because there's no point of sweeping in the morning. So you're just doing the day that you have. Yeah, exactly. So that's what we did. Saturday was for cleaning, but like I said, you all had
different
your chores, and that's what I pretty much whatever it was that I did, I pretty much did it like my whole 4 years there. Like that was like my own designated chore, kind of like that. I think it was the bathroom that we just kind of rotated, but like that was it. And then after that, my mom came to join me in the States. So that, oh my god, that was such a different thing because I realized that being away from my mom for so long, I didn't notice like. I never realized and I didn't know how my mom was in terms of like
her
like yeah, in terms of like how she was as a homemaker, right?
Oh,
I didn't know how she liked things certain like so I used to do things based on the perspective of what I had been used to doing, but I had to learn everything over again with my mom. And where I used to come, where I was living before, even cooking. Like that's as simple as it was. The mom used to do a lot of the heavy cooking, so like maybe things like porridge, yam, and all that. So most of the things that we did was get stuff out, do the meat, maybe
blend the pepper,
parboil the mixture, and leave it for her to season. So it was one of those. So it was just like we used to do like most of the prep work.
And
they never really did the actual cooking. So my mom was there. Oh, but the eldest one used to do the cooking. Like she used to do some of the cooking because that was her mom too. So she kind of knew, right? So, but like when my mom came and she'd be like, "Oh, Tobi, go to bed," I was like, I don't know how to. Like I really didn't. I'll be like, okay, I'll do it and then leave it. And then she's like, okay, season, and then I'll see her. She's like, oh, this is not how it is. Like this. So like. I pretty much had to relearn every single thing, right, from her. Even Yoruba. That was the biggest change that happened in my life, actually. Now I think, well, that's one of the biggest change that happened. 10 years ago, you could speak Yoruba to me. I understood what you were saying, but to say it back, my Ekaro is Ekawo. Like, it was like as if it was an Americo that did not. That's how it was. Imagine I was in Nigeria. Because my parents never really spoke Yoruba to me. Like, my parents never really spoke Yoruba to me. The only thing I know about Yoruba was that I was Yoruba. Like, that was the only thing. My mom and my dad used to speak it amongst themselves. So that's how I understood what they were trying to say, right? I'd be like, Mom, what does that mean? And then I would know what they're saying. But they never spoke Yoruba to me. When my mom came back from the States, at least mom came to join me in the States, I was grown now. So she felt like, okay, our relationship, like, we need to, like, vibe more, right? So she would be speaking Yoruba to me, I'm just looking at her. And then one day she was like, do you even understand? I'm just like, no.
Oh, wow.
I even lost my understanding of Yoruba in those 4 years. So she even started teaching me Yoruba over from like after my mother would be like, she would say something in Yoruba, and then I'll answer her, she's like, me bonko tonso. I don't hear you. Say it in Yoruba. I will have to start, like, it was like a dictionary. I'll be picking each word, like word for word what I'm trying to say, man. Like, man, that was a struggle for me. But yeah, that was that. Laying the whole house thing again, that was that. Right now, it's still the same for me. you have siblings, so you guys kind of you do your chores. Everyone is assigned kind of like what they do, right? For me, I'm an only child. I pretty much do everything by myself.
Well,
so I do everything by myself. Like the heavy cooking, my mom is always saying, but when did you start cooking? You know you used to cook before. I'm just like, you know what? That's what
funny.
They always say.
They
always
teach you how
say
to cook. They want to make you cook, but then when you can finally cook, they want to do it themselves. My mom's like that.
So I'm just like, you know what? You want to do the cooking? Do the cooking.
Do it.
It doesn't really concern me. And like I said, I'm not one that particularly likes the kitchen. But so what I do, I just cook. I'm not a fan. I know how to cook, but I'm not a fan. So I do my chores most times on Saturdays, but during the week, in fact, sometimes I'm about to go crazy. Like I clean my room on a daily basis. I do everything on a daily. It's ridiculous. Sometimes it's very stressful to me. Like I get up from my bed, I'm going to lie down on my bed again, but I cannot stand the fact that it's
not laid.
It's not laid. Not even not laid. It has a crease somewhere. Like I have to redo the whole thing. Like when she comes to my room to sit down, like I don't know if you notice. Every time you get on my bed, I'm like, and it's just like I'm already like adjusting, and I know she's sit back down. Like it's like a thing for me, right? I don't know.
No, mine is not like that bad. Mine is like once like after the day and everything, I'm literally going back to bed, but I'm gonna lay the bed before I finally lay on it. Funny enough, but I even prefer like lay the bed, leave the room, allow that like the bed to get cold and chill. They come and lamp and enjoy it. That's a people's bumble, man.
Yeah, but like I do a lot of the cleaning almost on a daily basis. I'm always sweeping the kitchen in my house has to look flawless. Like everything.
I think that's all African
everything. I let you must look flawless. So I clean the kitchen on a daily basis. If I clean on a daily basis, that's for me to know and for you to never find out. But I do the cleaning on a daily basis. Chores on Saturdays. Yeah. Nothing that has changed over 10 years is prayer in my house. Now that I am older, my mom's belief is that I'm older, I know the world, I have more problems, which is true. So prayer has to increase. So before, my mother used to do night vigil. 10 years ago, she'll be doing night vigil. She not really need to wake me up. Why? I'll be sleeping and snoring jejely in my room. I'll hear the thunder firing and all of that.
But she's covered.
Me. But now, in fact, not even now, as at when she came to the States. As I was going to the States, I pray all the time.
Talking and say, finish your story.
Yeah, I know. I pray all the time now. She wakes me up to pray all the time. So that's another thing that has changed. What else? Nothing really much has changed over the past 10 years. Like my life has.
Okay. So basically, that's everything. Well, for me, like she mentioned, like okay, I share my chores. Like it wasn't like that. That's actually a change for me. Because growing up, like the age difference between me and my siblings are actually quite a number. Like, and my immediate younger sister, like she was like in a different school, in a different state actually. So we were never like living together. And the last born, or three, the last born is there's 16 years difference between us. So it's really like, so I basically did the chores myself. So now sharing the chores is actually for me a relief. Yeah, and it's different. Even though like once in a while I still try to chip in and do everything, but like at some point I had to like let go. But anyways, yeah, we have come to the end of the video. We hope like you guys enjoyed this.
If you got to know us more. You
got to know us better, yeah. Oh, by the way,
this is supposed to be the March series.
It is us more. Well, obviously, it's part of a March series, getting to know us more. You've known us more. This is episode 3. Watch out for the last episode. Please come back. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and we will see you the next time you decide to come visit us.
Oh no, don't decide. We're deciding for you. Come back.
So have a wonderful rest of the week, guys, and God bless.